There are three main views. Theism is the belief that God exists. God created the universe. God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and perfectly good. God answers prayers and is involved in the world. Atheism is the belief that there is no God. There is no evidence that God exists. The universe came about by natural causes. Atheists believe we do not need a God to explain life or the universe. Agnosticism is the view that we cannot be sure. Maybe there is a God, maybe there is not. We do not know. Agnostics say there is not enough evidence either way. Theism believes, atheism rejects, agnosticism is unsure. Next is the design argument. The world is full of beauty, order, and complexity. The human body, the stars, the way seasons change, none of this looks random, it looks designed. And if something is designed, it must have a designer. That designer is God. William Paley explained this using the watch analogy. If you find a watch on the ground, you do not think it appeared by accident. You say someone designed it. In the same way, the universe must have a designer. That designer is God. This argument is used to prove the existence of God through design and purpose in the world. But there are criticisms of the design argument. If God designed the world, why is it full of suffering? Why are there earthquakes, diseases, and injustice? Would a perfect God design an imperfect world? Another criticism is evolution. Some people say life became complex through natural selection. We do not need a designer if evolution explains life. Now comes the cosmological argument. Everything that begins to exist must have a cause. Nothing happens without something causing it. The universe began to exist, so it must have a cause. That cause must be outside of space and time. That cause is God. This is another way people try to prove God exists, by saying the universe needed a first cause. But there are criticisms. If everything needs a cause, what caused God? Why does God not need a cause, but the universe does? Also, why does the first cause have to be God? Could it be something else? Now, we move to the problem of evil. This is one of the biggest challenges to belief in God. If God is all-powerful, he could stop evil. If God is all-knowing, he would know about evil. If God is perfectly good, he would want to stop evil, but evil still exists. So how can God exist? This is called the Inconsistent Triad. It was written about by the philosopher Epicurus and later by J.L. Mackie. Evil seems to go against the idea of a loving, powerful God. To answer this, some people give Theodicies. A theodicy is a reason why God might allow evil to exist. One reason is that life is a test. Struggles help us grow stronger. Another reason is free will. God gives humans the freedom to choose. Sometimes we choose to do wrong. That is not God's fault. Another reason is Satan. Evil might come from the devil, not God. And finally, suffering can build character. It helps us become better people. These are all different ways to defend God against the problem of evil. Let's review the key terms. Theism means belief in God. Atheism means rejection of belief in God. Agnosticism means being unsure. The design argument says the world is too complex to be random. William Paley said that a watch needs a watchmaker. So the world needs a world maker, that is God. Criticisms of the design argument include natural evil, suffering, and the theory of evolution. The cosmological argument says everything has a cause. The universe began. It must have a cause. That cause is God. Criticisms of the cosmological argument include the question, what caused God and why must the cause be God? The problem of evil says that evil and suffering challenge the idea of a good, all-powerful God. The inconsistent triad shows the contradiction between God's power, God's goodness, and the existence of evil. Theodicies try to solve the problem of evil. Some say life is a test. Some blame Satan. Some say humans cause evil through free will. Some say suffering helps us grow. This is what you need to remember for the exam. Multiple choice questions will test if you can recognize keywords. Define questions. Ask for the meaning of a word and an example. Describe questions. Want you to give 5 different ideas or points. Explain questions. Ask you to write 2 P paragraphs. That means point, evidence, and explain. Say your point. Give an example or quote. Explain why it matters. You are now ready for the philosophy section of the exam.